Yeah, this is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
Let's go!
Yet another big night for Australia over at the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. We took out 11 gold, 12 silver and 12 bronze, all in one day.
Amazing.
One of those people who have collected a silver medal is our good friend Greg Heyer with the 3x3 basketball.
Yeah.
Now, they played England in the gold medal match. So that was arch nemesis for starters. But it went down to the wire. It was an overtime result in the end.
It's an amazing game to watch. If you haven't checked out the replays, go to 7+, and you can check out. There's a DJ there. They've got lighting. The countdown's amazing. Here it is here.
Australia changed the starting lineup from this afternoon's session. Jesse Wagstaff will come off the bench. Tom Wright gets the start.
Well, that was the previous game against England, the way they got in there.
Yeah.
Greg Heyer, come in from Birmingham.
G'day, guys. How are we?
Greg, you are amazing. We're so proud of you, and just personally letting you know that if it's a choice between like jewellery or any medals in my home, I always choose silver over gold.
You've always said it.
I always have.
Yeah, I literally saw my beautiful children, and my daughter goes the same. She goes, "Oh, I love silver better than gold," and I was like, "Darling, you don't have the economy."
Oh, Greg, do you know? Oh, that's a good question. So the gold medal, what would it be worth? Anyone know?
Oh, it'll be worth $15,000, which pays for my airfares at the moment.
Yeah.
So,
There's that.
funny story. Hopefully work isn't listening, but I actually don't have a return flight back yet. So I could have the longest trip ever. No, well, so obviously only 2 weeks ago I found out I'm making the team. So I was like, all right, sweet. And then once the family decided to come, I put in my request. But because Perth's the only place that is like doing international flights, and the Australian contingent team is about 600 people, I'm on a waiting list. So, and I prefer not to buy a flight back, so I'm literally on standby at the moment. So,
wow.
You just need to do something disgraceful and be sent home in disgrace. Then they'll get you out of there.
Oh, I'm saying the next couple of hours it's on the cards.
Mate, the swimmers are done, and yeah, they're loose. There's no doubt they're making mistakes. I mean, I'm a very silly person, and I have no responsibility over myself, so I can only imagine how they'll be in a few hours. So, hopefully I kick off the flight.
But that's right. If you want to get a flight home, just go lay a brick down at the front of Buckingham Palace.
Yeah, get yourself deported. That's what you need.
Dinner corn for dinner.
How far do you reckon, like, if I go nude walking through, that will be enough, or like go to jail?
No, you need more.
Yeah, probably level up from there.
Yeah.
Start there and then progress.
Yeah, definitely. Greg, can you talk us through, because for the people who haven't seen any of the action, talk us through the last couple of minutes in your game against England tonight.
It was, I mean, like, I couldn't, as bitter pill to swallow, like, I could have not been proud of the guys. Like, I mean, they've been down to 3 guys the last 3 games. And as I said, like, I tore my groin and I was just, like, giving minutes. They were basically targeting me. To go down, like, if anyone hasn't seen it, like, DJ's shot literally, like, goes in the hoop and then rattles back out. This guy that literally hadn't made a shot all game, had airballed, like, 3 threes, hits a shot in the corner. He's from Birmingham, so it's like this ending.
Hometown hero.
It was crazy. But, like, I mean, you sort of in that moment, you go, like, if there's a way to lose, I mean, Shaun, you know, like, you never want to lose, but I sort of had this moment where I went, like, I could have not been proud of the guys, as weird as that sounds. Like, we gave everything. There's moments in games where you lose and you go, geez, if I would have changed this, if I could have done that differently. We really couldn't. Like, I couldn't play all the minutes. Playing in front of a team that, like, we're getting booed, they're getting cheered. Yeah. I'll say because the rest completely screwed us at times. Yeah. Like, we needed to play our perfect game, and we played 98% of it. Unfortunately, lost by a buzzer-beating shot. Like, it's tough, but I look at it and go, geez, like, I could not have been proud of those 3 blokes. They've been unbelievable to leave the last 3 games.
Now, Greg, you're no stranger to, being rewarded for a sport. But what was it like getting up there and getting your medal?
Yeah, it was. I tried to contain my tears. I think, like, there was a lot of flooding of emotions. Like, one, I just went, geez, like, oh, God, how good would a gold be? But then it was sort of like, this immense pride and joy. Like 6 months ago, I was literally like 115 kgs, smashing a wheel of cheese and having a
cheeky cheeseburger.
And
I know, seriously, every time I told you guys, every time me and Greg would speak on the phone, which is every couple of nights, he would ring me from a drive-through, like getting us a few sneaky sliders.
Zinger Box combo is my go-to.
He would go to the survey telling me what chips should he buy. We'd be making decisions together.
Oh, Greg, so you had to cut all that out to shred a couple of kgs?
Oh, look, I mean, I'm 102 in the last 3 months, and maybe better Nick than I was when I was playing for the Wildcats. And so, that maybe could have extended my career, to be honest. But in all seriousness, I sort of go, wow, I said to Ains tonight, I honestly don't know how long my body can go, and I was joking, guys, I think I'm done, and I hope DJ and Jesse, they take the program to another level, which I truly believe it. But it was sort of just I've had an unbelievable career, and I retired, with a championship with my kids there and my son there, and I went, couldn't script it better. And now I'm like, wow, I came to the Commonwealth Games, I was in the village, just sharing those moments, doing it with my best mates, having my family here, just so many moments that I just look back and go, for a guy that can't pronounce the THs in terms of legally.
9.5 fingers.
I've been pretty lucky. So definitely humbled and grateful for what I've accomplished in my career.
It'll be amazing in time to come when you keep talking about it to other people. And because it'll never...
I know.
I don't ever think it'll register. I was actually there.
You're always going to be the first medalist in 3x3 basketball. Always. So nobody can take that away from you. The first Australians to win a medal.
Nah, no doubt. And it's funny, I think I'm the first guy with a full-time job that looks after athletes that were medalists as well. Even the very first day, someone introduced me. He goes, Greg hires a 3x3 player. And then their next one was like, by the way, Greg's an athlete wellbeing and engagement coordinator. He actually looked up to me when we're not in Birmingham. I was like, God, is that sad or not?
Yeah, I like it. A lot of people are meeting Greg at his current job, but once they found out what Greg was doing, they're going, why are you working here? Because I need money.
And also now you're winning medals and they're not. Do you know what I mean? The welfare officers winning more medals than they are.
Greg, I want to know, is there competition in place for kids to get involved with 3x3 in Perth at the moment? Because I was talking about how it's the perfect game for parents because the match is 10 minutes long. For 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's my ambition. I'm working with 5 local governments, and that's what I want to do. I think, the reason why I've loved it so much, and it's, as much as it's only 3-on-3, it's the perfect sport for kids to get involved because they have to, at 5-on-5 level, if you've hit puberty at 13, you just dominate, and then the kid that is skinny and isn't that good just runs around up and down for 10 minutes. 3-on-3 exposes to people, and so that's what I really want to do. And my next ambition is actually to really promote it, work with Indigenous communities where to get kids that may be in less fortunate positions to be able to travel around the world and give them those opportunities that they don't unfortunately get to experience because, when they play for state programs, they've got to be linked with clubs. I'm taking a number of Aboriginal kids to Singapore later in the year to give them that experience and opportunity just so that they can experience what I've got to have and been really privileged to have as well, and they get the same opportunity as me. So there's no doubt that's the next page is when I get back to Perth is to really try and grow the sport from a grassroots level. I mean, you just saw tonight actually the one thing I said to the English guys, for sport that really, but people don't actually have those pathways. It can be create incredible opportunities. So there's no doubt I'll be definitely trying to do that in Perth.
Brilliant.
We're so proud of you, Greg.
Yeah, it's amazing stuff, Greg. So it is time to get loose and just champagne, every beer that you can possibly drink and do that nudie run for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
And if you end up getting back to Australia, we'll get you in the studio because...
check out the hardware.
And we'll smash a couple of zingers. I'm very excited.
I love the zinger box. Thank you, guys.
I know you do.
This is Nathan, Nat and Shaun.
It is important that we recognise the great Josh Kennedy in his retirement yesterday. Of course, that was done when we were finishing up, so we never got a chance to speak to it. Everyone would have seen it on the news and in the paper.
I mean, it wasn't a surprise. There'd been talk that this coming match this weekend would be his swan song, but we hadn't had the official word from him yet.
No, he's been a star. That's an understatement, really. He's a Comm medalist a couple of times. He's an All-Australian about 3 or 4 times.
He's West Coast's greatest goal kicker.
715 goals.
Premiership player.
How does one strategically pick the game which is going to be their swan song, Shaun?
Well, this one strategically, Nath, is because the West Coast Eagles don't have any more home games, so this had to be the last
one. What about for yours?
Mine was really getting to that point, and when I had a discussion with halves, the right way for me was the Derby, because I played in the first one and all these other ones.
Yeah.
So that was kind of, and that was at the end of the year as well. I think we might have had one more home game for the year, but that was the one probably.
So say if you were to pick your game and then does that guarantee they can't drop you that week?
100%. How bad you are.
To pull him off the bench.
Because I would think that the Eagles would want Josh Kennedy to play in the Derby the following week, which is not a home game. It's a Fremantle home game, so they can't do the fanfare and the festival around him. But is he going to play in that game or not?
He said he's not going to play in that game.
But we need him in that game.
I don't know if you do, Nat, because you kicked 16 goals against the Gold Coast Sun last week without Josh Kennedy, right? So
sure.
That's huge. I thought you would, right? So I thought he plays this game, it's all West Coast supporters and all the rest of it. But if he played against Fremantle in the following week, which is a home game of sorts, there's going to be West Coast supporters there.
Yeah.
But I tell you, every Fremantle supporter would just be all over him because he's an East Fremantle product anyway.
Yeah. And he lives in South Freo.
Yeah. He's not a divisive character. Everyone knows how great a guy he is. So yes,
he's never upset anybody, has he?
It would rally. Everyone would rally behind him.
Yeah, and so they should, because he comes in here when we've had him.
He's very humble, isn't he?
Very, very humble. He's
just
had
a
crack at different businesses on the way.
Kid, yeah.
And he wears his beard really well.
He does.
He does.
You know what I mean? Sometimes people have got a beard and you go, I think you should shave that off. But for him, it's like, no, I like it.
I think it's working for you.
Kind of, the same thing with David Money. You get to the end of career, everyone talks to you like you're a geriatric. When he shaves his beard off...
he's 12.
Yes.
Yeah, what's under there?
You have a look at that. But I wanted to mention that...
You're Googling beardless Josh Kennedy.
So get a load of this. So Josh Kennedy, when he was drafted from East Fremantle, I was dropped that year, so I got to play with him. Paddy Ryder, who's still playing, one of the greats of all time. Andrew Swallow, who was North Melbourne captain, who played over 200 games, a shin boner from way back. And a guy called Mitch Clark, who was number 9 in that draft. There were 4 guys who came out
all out of East Fremantle that year.
And they all, after their Teal Cup days, or... whatever it's called, under 18s. They went straight from under 18s from playing Colts, and then East Fremantle played them the last 5 or 6 games in the league team.
Yeah.
And you're just watching these young guys going, oh my Lord.
Yeah, they could do anything. Yeah.
And Josh is clearly... People used to go, we got Chris Judd went to Carlton, and we got who won the deal? Josh Kennedy, playing for West Coast, was easily the best deal. Yeah. Chris Marston was a part of that as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Fantastic.
We recruited our all-time highest goal kicker. Yeah, that's a good deal.
Yes.
And also, how long ago did Chris Judd retire?
All the years ago.
Exactly. And we've had all these extra years of JK. It's been amazing.
Love to catch up with him. Yeah, what do you reckon, Nate?
I can confirm. He looks amazing with a beard and without a beard.
Yeah.
That is the best. And with just stubble.
Yeah.
Dad, isn't that great to know whatever hair levels on your face should look awesome? That's really nice. Well done. And you know why? Because he's a good person.
So is that his finest achievement?
I think so. I mean, I don't follow football, so yes. I'm going to say yes. I have my bell here, I ding it. But Annie's got it in her car.
Oh, what's this?
Well done to Josh Kennedy. Hopefully, there's no doubt the West Coast Eagles will celebrate a victory, in my opinion, and they'll celebrate him in the right way.
Oh, well, that's shot it in the foot.
Oh, what are you doing?
Why would you do that to my team? Why would you back them in? That's horrendous.
You know what? Win the wooden spoon.
You are a nasty piece of work. But on behalf of Shaun, I'd like to say he'd like to apologise for any English.
There's a lot of it.
Nathan, Nat and Shaun is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.